I read all 1,114 pages of the Álvaro Uribe Vélez verdict. Every line, every footnote, every supposedly impartial word. And what I found wasn't just a legal document. It was a story that most Colombians, maybe even you, have never really heard. I read those pages not just as a lawyer but as a Colombian. I read with the weight of knowing that behind those words lies more than just a name. There's a nation divided, a fragile democracy, and a judicial system under the spotlight. And what did I find? Not a solid verdict, not a clear conviction. I found an ideological construction, dressed up as legality. A narrative that pretends to be impartial, but is really just a script, carefully written, not to deliver justice, but to condemn an enemy. From the very first pages, the verdict reads less like a judicial act and more like a play. You see phrases like staining the white tapestry of justice or breaking the institutional vein of the country. Since when does a court ruling sound like an epic poem? The judge doesn't just apply the law. She becomes a narrator, a moralist, a spokesperson for a symbolic kind of justice. It's not just a problem of style, it's a problem of substance. Honestly, what I saw in those pages reminded me of a dangerous idea, the enemy criminal law, or Feinstrafrecht. It's a twisted logic that lets the system punish someone, not for what they did, but for what they represent. It's a system that ignores procedural guarantees, justifies exemplary prison sentences, turns sentences into social warnings. And that's exactly what happened to Álvaro Uribe Vélez. He wasn't judged as a citizen. He was judged as a symbol. His guilt wasn't proven beyond a reasonable doubt. It was simply presumed because of what he supposedly meant for the country. Where's the hard evidence that Uribe corrupted justice? Where's the document, the recording, the contradiction-free testimony? They're not there because they don't exist. What we do have is a carefully told story. The judge drops big names from legal theory, Rawls, Carrara, Roxon, Willenman, but she never really connects their ideas to real evidence. She talks about institutional harm, but never actually shows how it happened. That's not justice, that's ideology. And in a democracy, that's dangerous. My conclusions as a jurist are clear. First, the language is moralizing, not legal. Second, procedural guarantees are violated. Prison is ordered without a final conviction, all in the name of public confidence. Third, law and politics are mixed. The system isn't judging actions, it's punishing symbols. Fourth, international treaties are ignored. The American Convention demands proof, not just presumption. Fifth, legal definitions get blurred. Did he order, or was he just involved? Who knows? And sixth, the justice system loses its neutrality. It becomes just another tool for political showdowns. This isn't just Uribe's story. It's the story of how a state can use its courts to neutralize whoever threatens those in power. It's about how a verdict can become a political weapon. And it's about whether Colombia will choose true rule of law or a justice system turned into political theater. I have no party, no personal agenda. My loyalty is to the truth, the Constitution, and real justice. So let me be clear. The verdict against Álvaro Uribe Vélez is not an act of justice. It's an act of power. To every judge, every academic, every citizen listening, don't let people be judged for what they represent. Demand true evidence. Protect the law from political games. Because when the law is twisted, democracy itself is at risk.